A middle-class income can look financially safe while quietly keeping you trapped. The danger is rarely one huge mistake. It is 7 normal habits: the upgraded car, the easy monthly payment, the growing credit card balance, and the promise to save whatever remains. Each feels affordable alone. Together, they can consume every raise before it builds freedom. If your income keeps rising, but your financial stress does not, one of these habits may already control your money. In this video, you will identify all 7 habits, see the real math behind their cost, and learn a simple replacement for each one. Stay until habit 7 because it is the measurement mistake that makes the other 6 look harmless. This is not about giving up everything you enjoy, it is about making sure your lifestyle does not quietly own your future. Meet Daniel. His monthly take-home pay is $5,000. He has a respectable job, a newer car, a good phone, and several subscriptions. From the outside, he looks successful, but each month ends the same way. His account falls close to zero, an irregular bill goes onto a credit card, and saving gets delayed until next payday. Then Daniel receives a raise. He feels that life should improve, so he upgrades the car, orders food more often, and adds another monthly payment. 6 months later, his salary is higher, but his emergency savings are almost unchanged. Daniel did not waste his income in one dramatic weekend. He slowly converted extra income into permanent expenses. The problem is not that every middle-class family makes bad choices. Housing, childcare, healthcare, transport, taxes, and rising prices can consume much of a normal income. Some people face an income problem that cancelling a subscription cannot fix. But there is another problem hiding inside the pressure. Lifestyle costs often grow automatically while savings grow only if something is left. That order keeps many households financially fragile. The latest Federal Reserve Household Survey found that only 63% of US adults said they could cover a $400 emergency using cash or its equivalent. Only 35% of non-retirees believed their retirement saving was on track. Habits are not the only cause, but a good-looking income is not the same as financial protection. Every raise creates a dangerous feeling. I can afford more now. The income quickly feels normal, but the new payments stay. Research shows that after positive income surprises, people can become too optimistic, spend more now, and take on more debt. Tomorrow's expected money begins paying for today's lifestyle. Monthly payment language makes this easier. A $30,000 purchase becomes $500 a month. An expensive phone becomes one small payment beside 5 others. You also see the car, holiday, or house that other people display, but not their debt, savings, or stress. When visible success becomes the target, invisible security gets postponed. Here are the 7 habits and their replacements. Habit 1. Upgrading your lifestyle after every raise. More income should improve your life, but not every new dollar needs a new expense. First, direct part of each raise toward emergency savings, expensive debt, or long-term investing. Enjoy some, but protect some before it disappears. Habit 2. Shopping by monthly payment. A low payment can hide a long-term, interest, fees, and a high total cost. Before financing anything, write down 4 numbers: cash price, annual percentage rate, number of payments, and total amount paid. If the seller returns to the monthly payment, return to the total cost. Habit 3. Saving whatever is left. Spending often expands to the available balance, leaving little to save. Reverse the order. Protect required bills, then automate a realistic amount on payday. Start small enough to avoid overdrafts. The goal is consistency, not perfection. Habit 4. Carrying credit card debt as part of normal life. A credit card can be useful, but a carried balance turns old purchases into future bills. Minimum-only payments can keep debt alive for years. Stop new charges where possible, keep required payments current, and send extra money toward high-interest debt. If you cannot pay the minimum, contact the card company early. Habit 5. Calling predictable costs surprises. Car repairs, annual insurance, medical needs, and gifts may not arrive monthly, but they are real. Review the last year, estimate the total, divide it across paydays, and use named sinking funds. The date may be uncertain, the category is not. Habit 6. Keeping every dollar in one confusing balance. When bill money, spending money, and future money sit together, the full balance feels available. Use free bank buckets or track protected amounts on paper. Give money clear jobs, bills, spending, emergencies, irregular costs, and long-term goals. Keep a small buffer. Habit 7. Measuring success by salary and possessions. Income matters, but it does not show what you keep. Higher earnings can bring less freedom if debt and fixed costs rise faster. Track net worth, high-interest debt, and the amount saved or invested. What you own minus what you owe tells a more honest story than your car or paycheck. Return to Daniel's $5,000 monthly take-home pay. After his raise, he adds a $250 car upgrade, $150 in extra food and subscriptions, and $100 in phone payments and unplanned shopping. None of these changes looks disastrous. Together, they cost $500 a month. That is $6,000 a year. Over 20 years, Daniel would send $120,000 toward those upgrades. Now imagine that instead, he keeps his old lifestyle and invests $500 each month. At a hypothetical 6% annual return, compounded monthly, the balance after 20 years would be about $231,000. Around $120,000 would be Daniel's contributions, and the rest would be estimated growth. That result is an illustration, not a promise. Returns can be lower, higher, or negative, and taxes, fees, rules, and inflation matter. Expensive credit card debt or missing emergency protection may need attention first. The lesson is not that every $500 must be invested, it is that small upgrades can control a six-figure part of your future. Do not respond by cutting every enjoyable expense overnight. A plan built on punishment usually breaks. Choose the expenses that give you the least value. Do not empty emergency savings to pay debt without considering the next emergency. You may need a starter cash buffer while reducing expensive balances. Do not invest money needed soon, and never chase extreme returns to catch up quickly. Higher possible returns usually come with higher risk. Do not compare your numbers with someone online. Their needs and goals are different, and do not ignore a true income shortfall. If essential costs are greater than income, habits alone cannot create missing money. The plan may also require lower fixed costs, better benefits, additional income, or qualified local guidance. Here is your 7-day reset. Today, list every recurring payment, including the small ones. Tomorrow, mark each cost as essential, valuable, or low value. Reduce one without damaging your health, work, or family. Next, write down the total cost and remaining term of every financed purchase. Stop judging debt only by the monthly payment. Then create 5 labels: bills, spending, emergency, irregular costs, and long-term goals. Separate accounts are optional. Clear tracking is not. Set one automatic transfer for payday. Choose an amount you can repeat. $10 or $50 is a real beginning if that is what your budget allows. Choose one high-interest debt and plan an extra payment above the minimum while keeping every required payment current. Finally, calculate net worth, relevant assets minus debts. Repeat every 3 months. Decide where part of your next raise will go before it arrives. The 7 habits are simple: upgrading every raise, shopping by payment, saving leftovers, normalizing credit card debt, ignoring irregular costs, mixing every dollar, and measuring success by appearances. None of them makes you a failure. They are defaults, and defaults can be replaced. Protect part of every raise, compare total costs, save automatically, attack expensive debt, plan for irregular bills, separate your money, measure what you keep. Wealth often begins when income stops performing for other people and starts protecting your own future. Which habit is costing you the most? Lifestyle upgrades, monthly payments, credit cards, or saving only what remains? Comment with the habit number. You never need to share your income or balance. Subscribe for simple money systems and beginner-friendly financial math, and watch the next video to turn one of these habits into an automatic wealth-building routine. This is general education, not personal financial advice. Rules, taxes, products, and risks differ by country and person.